Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say that infrastructure-wise, since we do everything on the cloud, things are scalable. People can easily end up with a lot of bills. So making sure I have policies and processes in place to avoid that. If I build a product, I want to make sure the client is happy and he's not worried about things like somebody else using it and ending up with a big bill by mistake. So adding things like monitoring, alerting, etc., etc.
Okay, great. So staying up to date on emerging technologies and managing client expectations and also with respect to the security of the infrastructure. And can you think of any other major accomplishments related to this experience?
Can you repeat the ones you just said? I just want to make sure which one I don't have.
Do you want me to repeat the ones I said before?
No. Yeah, you just said something, right? You just repeated 3 items. Can you repeat that again?
Yes. Can you talk about, or can you think of any other major accomplishment related to this experience?
Any other major accomplishment related to this experience? In the pipeline, 19. No, I think that's it.
Okay, perfect. So would it be okay if I moved on to the next experience?
Right.
Would it be okay if I moved on to the next experience?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so your next title was as a solution architect at the same company. So can you talk about your role here?
I was there I was in that role for 3 months. So actually the thing is, let me give you the backstory. Right? When I first started this company, I was the only employee. I was the first employee in the AIML practice. So actually, maybe I can talk about that. And one of my goals was to grow it. Right? We had no projects at that point last year when I started. So my goal, my responsibilities were to build POCs, to look at what customers want, build something out, and then sell it. So even though my title was solutions architect, all my responsibilities were of a lead, since I was the first one. Right, and as soon as we started hiring more, everybody started reporting to me. So it was very similar. There was no difference, except I just didn't have a big team.
And I assume the scale must have been different, right?
Yeah, the scale was different, and it was just me. And yeah, everything was on me, and I helped grow the company from, not the company, but grow the practice from 1 person to about 25 people now. I played a role in that.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's pretty impressive that you were actually the first employee that the company hired. Can you briefly mention that experience? I mean, on what basis were you hired as the first employee?
I was the first employee in their AI ML practice. So the company was there. They did a lot of things, but not and they wanted to get into this.
See.
So can you repeat your question?
Okay. I said that on what basis were you hired as the first employee in the ML department?
Yeah. On what basis? Yes, it's because I had a background in AI ML, in big data, and in application development. So the practice lead was looking for somebody who could do multiple things so that they can actually build it out from ground up. They wanted somebody who can look at things from a higher level and design things end to end and just not focus on a single small thing.
See. And you mentioned that you helped the company grow from the department grow from 1 employee to now 25 employees. So did you also do hiring other than the team that you were managing?
Yeah, I do interviews and hiring other than the team I'm at. Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And let's see. So the responsibilities were pretty much the same except the scale. But can you talk about some of the projects that you took during this job?
A few of the projects that I did during this job.
Uh,
Yes. So the first one I started when I was first hired the next week is with a company in the Bay Area, San Francisco. It's called Opportune. It's a personal loans company, and the problem they had was they were growing too fast, and their data infrastructure and the whole setup was not scalable. Everything was on-prem, and they were not able to keep up with the demand. And they call themselves a machine learning driven company, but they just couldn't handle data or use machine learning at scale. They were able to do it for a little bit, but the pace at which they were growing, they didn't think they would be able to sustain it. So they hired our company, Anika, and I was the lead architect in that. I went in, I did some discovery, looked at the problems, offered my recommendations, did some designs, which were approved by them, and then we ended up building a few different things. I designed the big data platform. I designed and also developed a automated machine learning platform or pipeline. Because one of the problems was that their models, when they build new models, it takes them quite a bit of time to deploy them to production. And this pipeline reduced their deployment time by 50% almost. And then I also designed and led the development of a machine learning platform so that the data scientists can be efficient and they can do things like transformations, building models, et cetera, from a single interface, and then collaborate with other data scientists, et cetera, et cetera. The few other things I did was also build a collaborative notebook environment on Kubernetes, which can be scaled as they were. So since they were growing, they were hiring a lot, and then they were running into resource problems where the laptop was just not enough, and then they wanted to do this thing called rapid onboarding, where if they have a new data scientist, they want him to be up and running in a few days, and that kind of achieved that. And then they had a problem where I think 25% of the loans were defaulting, so I helped them optimize and enhance their models by changing their libraries, the algorithms from H2O to XGBoost, which is you don't have to go into technical details, but that's not all. And then I built processes for them to do things like data processing, general data workflows, right, at a high level. That would be for that.
Okay. And were they ultimately able to scale their ML functions?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Were they able to ultimately scale their machine learning functions?
Scale their machine learning models, yes.
See, okay. And was this the only client that you managed when you had this title?
I'm so sorry, man. You were muffled again. Can you repeat that?
Was this the only client that you dealt with during this title?
No. I have a few more clients. Opportunity is one. And have you looked at my resume? I can, if you have it open, that would be helpful.
In your old resume, it starts with the job you had at US Bank.
Oh, so I did not send you the new one then. Oh, I see. Okay. So how about let me send it to you right now. Can I email it to you?
Yeah, sure.
I thought I uploaded it. Maybe not. Give me a second. Where do I send it to?
Let me just check.
Oh, I had no idea. I thought you had it.
No problem. Think. It's not here yet, but meanwhile, I guess you can talk about any other major client or project that you worked on.
Okay. No, were you sorry? Were you? Did you say that you're waiting for an email? I haven't sent anything to you yet.
Yeah, I'm looking at my
You cut out again. Now I'm saying that where do you want me to send you my resume? So I'll send
you
it
can
to you
email
over
that to me.
email. I don't have your email address. I don't think I do. Actually, maybe I do. Hold on. You just sent me an email this morning, right? Yeah. Yeah, I can have it. Hold on. All right, I sent it. Where are you based out of?
Corona.
Corona, California?
Yeah.
All right, I just sent it. Yeah, while you're opening that,